Alright, so today we're going to be looking at Warhammer 40K Siege. Originally by SODAZ, but I believe he had to remove Warhammer 40K content from his actual channel, just because I remember someone commenting that he had, I think, signed some kind of deal with Games Workshop or something along the lines that also kind of happened with the SODAZ kind of movie, like little Part 5 movie, that he had to delete all his videos as well because he had also signed up or something with Games Workshop, right? I don't know the two specifics on it, but I'd had this one on my list for a while, and I was meaning to get to it. Just, you know, as you all know, there's like quite a bit of things going on, but I finally saw it and pop up on my recommended again. And then I remember someone had just commented like pretty recently, somewhat, and said, "Hey, you should check out this video, but you know, you might have to find it on someone else's YouTube channel just because he had to take it down." So luckily for the YouTube channel, The Emperor's Finest, I'm able to see it here. I figured since it's pretty short, I can give it a quick watch. I mean, I have a little bit of time right now that I can actually start recording, and I feel like up until school's over, as far as like reactions are gonna go, I'm gonna try to stick with videos that are somewhat short, maybe like 10-minute shorts, because I know like even sometimes 10-minute videos or 15-minute videos, I end up talking about a lot of stuff, and then it just turns into an actual 30-minute video or 40-minute video, and then the whole processing and all that, my computer isn't very strong. But I'm gonna try to if it's like 10 minutes or less, I'll give it a watch and upload it. But as far as Siege goes, I don't know. I remember seeing on the thumbnail it had like an Imperial Fist on it, so I don't know if they're the one doing the siege or if they are getting siege. So I don't know if they're attacking or defending. And I am including the Marine reacts in this title because technically siege is just another form of a defense, correct? And I'm curious to see if there's any, I don't know, some things I could add to it or just some things that we would do like on the Marine side of things. But I'm not going to talk too long. I feel like this intro has been going for quite a bit of time. So let's go ahead and get to the actual video. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, really does help me out a lot. Hit that notification bell so you're going to get notified every time I do upload. Hopefully start uploading a lot more after school, June 15-ish. But until then, let's go ahead and get to the actual video. I think that was an Imperial Fist that just flew right there. Okay, so it looks like they're inside, so it looks like they're defending, so they're the ones being sieged. It'd be crazy to think if it was the Iron Warriors that were doing this, but in any case, I wonder, I mean, highly unlikely, but you know, could you imagine if they had Rogel Dorn in this? But I saw a server there, so I'm assuming they're just under attack right now. I don't know exactly where this is. I would assume Terra. I mean, I could be wrong though. Alright, so I think I remember these from the Core Krieg animation video, that Chaos Marines. Looks like it, I mean, obviously they're using tanks, and yeah, I don't even know if I might be able to include any, I don't know, like correlations or anything like that, just because these guys don't really need tactics, right? They could just kind of push forward. But then again, they are going against other Space Marines as well. Also, real quick, shout out to the Imperial Guard, if that's them. In any case, the Damn it, I almost lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, okay, so as far as those Chaos Marines, right? Are they just an amalgamation of the other traitor, or like from the traitor legions, all that just kind of are grouped together in that category? Or were they a specific legion that just ended up having that look, like spikes and all that? So one thing I can say is that you saw when he cocked it right there, right? And obviously I know this is nitpicky, but I'm just trying to find as many little things as I can. Before, because I flew in Ospreys, right? And every time we're coming out, obviously when we come out, we're going straight, roughly, I think it was about 100 meters. And then we're going to have like a little Mako gate so we can ensure that everybody gets off. And then we start peeling off to the side. And then we provide a little bit of security until the bird is able to take off again. And before we land, though, I don't remember the little key details. Like, we'd be like 2 minutes. I mean, obviously, because it's hard to hear in there. Or we start going like this. I believe this was 30 seconds. And once we're about to hit ground, we take off the belts. And our guns are already going condition 1 right before we get off. I mean, obviously, because if we get off and we just start taking contact, right? I don't know. Like, it's from what I was told, is that a split second can make a big difference. But obviously, these guys don't really have to worry about any and all that. Alright, looks like you got some of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Don't know exactly who they are, though, but... and also, I just got to really point out, this animation, dude, every time I see it, and this is literally every video that's animated, it looks like a legit movie. Obviously, you know, from what I was always told is that some of these guns, specifically the last gun, I know that's not a last gun, from what I can tell, is that a lot of these guns don't have necessarily a lot of recoil, which right? And I don't know what this gun specifically is, but it looks, I mean, I believe I mentioned in the Quarry Creek video as well, it looks like our version of a 50 cal. A lot of these heavy weapons, typically, I mean, at least for us, would be on a tripod on the ground, dug in as much as we could, which is pretty much just somebody slamming it down on the ground. And then you're going to put, if you have them, sandbags on it, if you can, and you're still going to have your feet on the actual tripod, because that thing's going to have a lot of recoil, especially when you start shooting. And, well, obviously when you start shooting. But, I mean, obviously, I know, like, the differences, you know, Warhammer, you know. But just thought I'd point that out. But I do see that, at least it's going to be, like, crew served weapon. Look at me, remembering stuff. So essentially, you're going to have your gunner, you're going to have your A gunner, and this guy back here could be actually security in case you do get flanked. So, yeah. Also, that's Dreadnought, if I remember correctly. holy shit! I mean, there was so much going on. I really didn't want to stop it. I mean, they honestly just fought to the last guy right here, which I'm assuming that guy, the fact that he had a hammer, and it seems like most of the more, I guess, like higher up people that I've been seeing, typically have more of a melee weapon. And I mean, not all the time, right? But the fact that they were able to take out quite a bit of those Chaos Marines really shows you like their skills and being able to defend. In the beginning, it's pretty good. Honestly, what do you think as far as when they had that little defense position, right? And they had the shields up and they were shooting and they were taking out quite a bit of them. But then again, you get the Dreadnought that comes in, whole nother story. I don't know if bolter rounds or like the type of rifles that they're using right now can necessarily do damage enough to take him out, or unless it's just going to require a lot more. We saw that the one gun that the soldier fired actually managed to knock it down for a little bit. And obviously he got shot instantly. But it would have been a better idea for them to kind of, I mean, because we did see him start to rush, try to push the fight forward. But I don't remember if they were getting close enough to like pose a threat. I mean, obviously, it seemed like they were getting closer somewhat, but I don't know how close they were getting before they actually ended up starting to do the little rush, which I think kind of goes against, I think, as far as like what their MO is essentially, like as far as being good at defending. I mean, unless the guy that was rushing, I mean, I know he ran past the gun, but I feel like if he maybe grabbed the gun and tried shooting it a couple times, but then again, I think it looked like it was plasma based, kind of like those pistols. So it may have needed to like not overheat or deheat, cool down, essentially, to shoot again. So I don't know, but yeah, just some kind of ideas that I was thinking through it during that whole scene. Alright, so this part right here is going to be like the end of the video. So I figured with these short ones I could just go through it as well again. Just to, in case some things popped in my head that I didn't get a chance to get out. So I don't know if this is an actual somewhat part of the story, some part of the lore. Maybe this was just, obviously, SODAZ just like, hey, I want to make a good video, you know, with the Imperial Fist. But I'd be curious to know if like this is actually a story within the lore. And on top of that, like what exactly, I mean, I know they're trying to get something out of there. I don't know if it's like maybe some kind of knowledge on a certain thing, or I don't know what it is, but they're obviously trying to get something out of there, right? And then Space Marines, obviously Imperial Fists are going to really go out until the end, right? Until they're all gone. But don't know what it was they were actually trying to get out of there. That the Chaos Marines actually wanted. I mean, or if that was the real Chaos Marines specific intent as far as to go there to be able to get it, or they just wanted to kill everyone there. Also, I just realized, keeping this scene in mind, right? They're all just standing there, right? And then flash forward a little bit. They shot a hole, and then they crash in. I don't know if they're actually being held in place by something. I don't know if their boots have like some kind of electromagnetic thing that would hold them to the ground. But the moment they make impact, I feel like they would go flying forward, in my opinion. Which is why... I mean, then again, they're Space Marines. I don't think it would do too much damage. But then again, that's why, you know, if you're an Osprey, you always got your seatbelt on, all that good stuff. And actually has this, I mean, obviously I never saw it happen because I've never crashed in one. But if it did crash, the seats, the reason why you're not allowed to put anything under them and you're not allowed to actually have your feet under them is that if you were to crash in one of them, the seats are immediately supposed to come down, like, and then I think the back was also supposed to kind of keep you forward, and I think that was just supposed to keep you as safe as possible, even though, you know, if you crash, you know, there's also a chance of blowing up. But that was just something I actually just saw right now as far as them just getting flown forward. And just this scene right here, this is a really cool picture. I might make this a thumbnail. Every time I see Space Marines run, man, even when they start these film, it gives me chills. And I think someone mentioned it really well. It's that your mind, when you see this, when you see someone that big, when you see someone carrying that much weight, I mean, obviously I know that they can, your mind doesn't comprehend it right. Or like it really catches you off guard, essentially. So I just wanted to point that out because I just think it's cool every time I do see them running in this type of animation. All right, so real quick, this scene right here. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, I don't know how. So like you see this little entrance right here. I don't know how deep that room went, or remember seeing in the video, and I think, in my opinion, right? I mean, I'm not talking any trash on them, but I feel like if they pushed back a little bit, like back in between these two walls at least, that they're making a funnel where the Chaos Marines have to go through to get to what they want, which is, it seems like that thing that the Adeptus Mechanicus dude took out of there. But like these guys also running straight forward could possibly come over here to the sides, right? Now, obviously, I know when the Dreadnought shows up, that kind of flies out the window, right? But I mean, it's kind of one of the things we would always do. I mean, you're gonna set up things as far as sea wire and essentially trying to funnel anybody who would come at you to come a certain direction. Was it I mean, I think it was the old one of my Marine seniors who told me, who had done jiu-jitsu and was kind of teaching me every now and then. He was saying that he was told that in a lot of things, which I feel like it could also translate here, if you're in a castle, right, you lock, board up every single door and window, but leave one window open. So this person has no really option unless they go through that window. But now you know where they're coming from. So I feel like maybe if they had backed up a little bit, but you know, then the Dreadnought comes into effect. So I feel like that one is very 50-50. All right, so I finally got everything out that I wanted to say. Figured, you know, going through really helps me go back to things instead of trying to remember everything at the end and then try to give like extra little thoughts and opinions that I may have seen or not. But yeah, I just wanted to say that as far as when it comes to these animations too, this is literally something I would give money to continue to see. And I understand it takes it's a long process, and even with the big team, I mean, I don't know if he did it by himself, but I feel like even with the big team, it would still take quite a bit of time. But I mean, just imagine if these guys were getting like funded to the point where it's like they can literally focus all their time on this, or like the time that they have available to like produce more videos of this. So like now that way they can do kind of what it seems that they love to do for fun, but also like be able to get paid to do it, to be able to continue to do it. So love SODAZ's videos. I'm really hoping to see more of his in the near future. Obviously, it's gonna have to be probably from someone else's channel though that has re-uploaded it. But yeah, just bear in mind, all this is just this is more for entertainment purposes, not stepping on the toes of the Imperial Fist. Then again, I would be very curious to know if those Chaos Marines were actually Iron Warriors, to kind of see, you know, who is supposed to be like the better one. I mean, I've heard people say the Iron Warriors, I've heard people say the Imperial Fist, but I guess it's just really up to you to decide. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, it really does help me out a lot. If you dislike it, let me know why. It helps me improve the channel. And I look forward to watching more Warhammer, more SCP, more military videos. I'm going to try to keep things also, I'm going to try to find some videos that are funny. Just because I like watching like TTS. I like watching military films as well, which I feel like I'm going to be trying to find a video that I haven't seen. So expect that here pretty soon. But yeah, that's it. Bye. This video turned out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.